All right. Good morning once again. So,
Morning, sir.
can you summarize what we did last time, only within 1 minute, if you can, just to tell us the topic we discussed?
Okay. So with the second silent question,
Okay.
let's say how many records, how many entries are in a data set?
Right.
And we talked about what are the types of data under each of the column. We looked into that as well.
Okay.
We also looked at understand understand dependent and independent variable. Dependent and independent variable.
All right.
We talked about that as well. We also talked about data cleaning techniques in Excel. We discussed it and what is data cleaning as well. Went down to explain that.
Oh,
And also how to delete entire column or record from your data sets.
okay.
And also how to delete record as well. Identifying the record as well, and how to delete record in a set.
All right.
Another one is data analysis navigation dashboard design,
Well,
analyzing data with Excel basic statistical function. This is the one we're going to start from today.
all right.
That's where we okay. Yes.
Right. So that is it's a good one. It shows that you wanted to know if you are following and you have gone through your notes and you are to whether you are also making notes. So that was a good one. Okay, so just before we start, you have already explained everything. We started by looking at, I think the main topic in that section was data cleaning. We concluded some of the silent questions a data analyst should ask him or herself to enable him or her understand the data he or she is given. And then we started looking at how we can perfect our data and emphasize on it is always professional and advisable that you do not start analyzing any form of data you have not checked if there are error, and if there are any error, you should have fixed the errors before proceeding with your analysis. So this morning we'll be looking at uh, data analytics or analysis navigation dashboard design. Data analytics navigation dashboard design. So I'm trying to prepare this data so that we can use it to implement what we want to learn. All right, so let's start with the definition. What do we mean by dashboard? We have different kinds, different types of dashboard when it comes to data analysis. And the beauty of data analysis is creating dashboard, using dashboards to communicate your insights or your idea across all the tools that we mentioned that are used out there for data analysis, except SQL. The rest can enable us to create dashboard. So let's look at this particular dashboard that we want to design. And from the way I named it, I said navigation dashboard. It is not analysis dashboard. We have navigation dashboard, which is just an optional thing. We have analysis dashboard, which is a must for us as data analysts. So let's start with the definition. What do I mean by navigation dashboard in data analysis? A navigation dashboard in data analysis is an interface. It's an interactive interface. The key word to underline there is interactive. I said a navigation dashboard in data analysis is an interactive interface that helps users, such as a data analyst, explore and navigate data insights. Let me take it again. A navigation dashboard is an interactive interface that helps data analysts or users explore and navigate data insights. I hope that is taken now.
Sure.
Okay. Now, let me break it down so that you know what exactly what we want to do. Now, I'm naming this sheet as my data sheet. So I know that this is where I have my data. So if I have two or more data that I'm working with, then I will name them data 1, data 2, data 3 in this workbook. Remember that when we started, I said in Excel, we have worksheets and we have workbook. Worksheets are the individual interface, working interface you are seeing. Then we have another sheet here. So this one is another sheet. So I can name this one the navigation dashboard. So this is where I am going to create the dashboard. So I'll name it nav. Let me just name it nav dash. So I can have another sheet. I can name this one as report 1. Then I can have report 2, report 3, report 4. Now, the essence of this topic is this. Because after this topic will now usher us into the basic statistical analysis using Excel basic statistical functions, like I have mentioned. So, but what we are trying to achieve here is that let's assume that you are performing different analysis from the single data set you are given, and you have generated so much reports such that uh, you have so many sheets, just like I have just these three. You know, if we keep adding sheets now, it will get to a point where everything, some of the sheet will start wrapping under. In other words, once you use the whole of this space that is remaining, if you have like 15 sheets, what will happen is that you can just see sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4, sheet 5. Then the other one, there will be a button that you will click to be bringing them out. In other words, they will have wrapped behind. Now, it will be difficult for you to be, each time you want to fetch out the content of a particular sheet, you will have to start, expanding the arrow looking for where that particular sheet is, because you might be presenting your finding live to your stakeholders. That is where you stand, they connect a projector, and then you are talking to them, you are explaining your data and all of that. So there will be issue of at some point navigating from one sheet to another and so on and so forth. So as a data analyst, we just want to make our work easy for us so that from a single sheet I can jump to any sheet. So instead of me manually searching for the sheet name out here, I can connect, I can create a button that if I want to go to report one, so there will have been a button here labeled what? Report one. Then report two. All the sheets we have a button in the navigation sheet that can help me to navigate from the dashboard to what any of the sheet. So that is exactly the picture of what we want to build right now. It's just like we are creating an app because that is how it's going to function. It's going to act as if it's an integrated app that we must have built in Excel. So I will not change the order. I will change the order. I would like the dashboard to come first. And then from there will be a button that will help me to navigate to data. So how do I change the order? I believe I must have explained in one of those classes. You click and drag. You see the way I'm dragging it now. You can see that arrow pointing down, that black arrow pointing down. It means that if I drop now, that particular sheet will take that position. So I have been able to rearrange. So I want the order to be like this, and then followed by data, followed by report one, and so on and so forth. So this is where we want to design our dashboard. Remember the type of dashboard we are creating: navigation, a dashboard that will constitute or that will contain buttons that are linked or that are connected to different what sheets within the workbook. So now to start with, I am going to start by turning off on this particular sheet. I'm going to turn off the grid lines, and I'm going to turn off, that is, I'm going to turn off the headings, and then I'm going to turn off what? The rows label. Why? Because I want it to look design. I want it to look neat. All right. So how do we do that? To turn off the columns and the grid. The columns are called the header. So you go to View tab. So from View tab, if I click on this, it will remove all the grid lines. So I can decide to have it like this. Why other sheet, you still have your rows and column. But on this particular sheet where I want to create all my navigation buttons, I want it to look, clean, like an app. I don't want them to be seeing the grid lines. So if I also want to eliminate the alphabets, I can click on this to uncheck the heading, and then all the alphabet and the number disappear. So I just want this particular page or sheet to appear like this. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the internet and download some icons, some images that can actually depict our field, which is data analytics, so that when somebody is on this sheet, he or she, mere looking at the background, the person will have gotten the message that, oh, this is a data analysis what dashboard based on the image, based on communicative image the person must have used. So let me quickly go to Chrome and get some of our regular data analysis pictures. So let's go there and download. So now the first one is I want to get data analytics background. So I can just type data analysis, data analytics, and then once you hit it, you will now go to image section, and then you get some fine pictures. You say that if once somebody see this picture, he or she will know that, oh, you are talking about data analysis, or you are talking about deriving insight from data. Now, but you have to be creative when you are choosing. So I'll choose the one that is communicating better. So let me choose this. So I will right click on that and select save image as, and then it is possible that you must have created a folder somewhere where you are assembling this picture. But let me just keep it in a picture, and I'll save it as uh, analytics BG1, analytics BG1. I say, so I'm still going to take another one because I will need a kind of home button that will always show that this is the first page. And I will connect this button from those individual sheets to always help me to connect back to the dashboard before I can target another sheet. So since we are here, let's just take them at once. So I can just say what? Button, home button, and then I will have something like this. So I'm taking this one, right click on it as well, select save image as. So that has already called back the initial storage. So I will just say, okay, let's still have it in picture, but just help me to take note of the names. So I will just say this one is what? Home button. Now I will need a button that will help me to target my report sheet. So I'll need a button that represents analysis reports. So I can just type data analysis reports, or you can say what? Insight. So this is what we have, but we need button. Let me see if I can change my keyword to get button. I'm having the same thing. So I can say, let me stick to this, just data analysis. I think I should be able to get a better picture there. So let me scroll down. Good. So I would like to use this. This shows that you are talking about reports. So save as, and then choose what? Analysis reports. Analysis reports. All right. So if I want other button, now I'll need data. I'll need data icon, data icon, data icon. Okay, so that this one will be used to connect to the various sheets where I have my data. So let me just say data, data icon. I hope we can still remember all these names. Okay, so now I will switch back to my Excel. Then from here, I'm going to call out the background first. I'm going to call out the background. And how do I insert the background here? You go to Insert, and then from Insert, you go to Picture. And then from Picture, you indicate whether you are getting the picture from this device, or you even want to go to the internet straight away here and download them. But since we have already downloaded them, so I'll go with this option that say what? This device. And then I will target that picture. Thank God it has already targeted it. And this is what we want to use as our background. So I will take this, click on this, and then we should be expecting it. So I will increase it. I will allow it to cover the portion of the sheet that I'm working with so that when somebody log in here, they should not see any empty space. So I will just have it like this, right? So I can still take it down a little. So just in case the person scroll, good. So now the next thing is for us to create a panel, a panel, a kind of a control panel where all these buttons will be. I can go to insert and create a shape just to make sure that, remember the keyword there, interactive. That means what? The interface should be interactive. So I can come to shape, I can create, let me use this and then establish the panel somewhere here. And then I can give the background, can give it maybe a different color, or I use something, let me say black. So all the buttons will be here. That you can also decide to have the panel at the top. So depending on the structure you want it. So I can decide to have the panel at the top like this. I can decide to have this panel at the top. Then, all right, so just to design it if you want, so you can consider what other design. Now, once you have done this, the next thing is for you to start establishing the buttons. So I'm now going to be bringing those buttons one after the other. So I'll go to insert again. I'll go to the same, this device. I'll get the one of data. So where you are finding difficult, if you know the name, you can just search it out here, but I can find it. I'll click, so I've added the data icon. So I will reduce it and then format it by clicking on picture format, come here, and then I'll select this. You can see that I have cut off the other background, and at the same time, I'll make it look like a circular object. So let me get a feedback from you. Hope you are following what we are doing. Hope you are following, ma. I need a response. I need to know if you are following. Hello, are you still here?
I'm following.
All right, all right. So I've added this button. So I'll go back and bring in the next button. So if you have like 100 sheets, so you should have all of them represented here with buttons. Because once I'm done with this, now will now show us how we can now link this button to the respective sheets that we are targeting. So you have to strategically arrange this to form a design. So make sure that they look almost equal and they are on the same level. That's what I'm ensuring here. So we have three sheets. One is data sheet, one is report sheet. So we might have another sheet. So the number of sheets you are targeting will determine the number of buttons. But these are now remember that we are bringing the home button. So we also downloaded that. Let me quickly bring it in before I show us the next thing we can do. Where is the home button? Think we saved it with yeah, I'll click. So fortunately, I just hope that we should see the background because this black. Okay, good. We are able to see it. Now, you can decide to put the home here. You can decide so you can distribute it. So if you have other one. Now, the next thing is how to create smart shape. We refer to that as what? Smart shape. Now, the essence of me using this smart shape is to have a 3D model or modeling object. Now, how do you do that? You go to insert. From insert, you go to what? Smart art. So once you click, this is another option. If I don't want to download those buttons, I can create those buttons using this smart art. So from here, I'll go to cycle and then I'll pick the one I want and then I'll click here and then it will be established. So you can see things like this make your dashboard look professional. So you can increase it. You can increase it. So make sure that you position it in a way that the background activities are still visible, because all of them should be communicating. Right now, I want to change this model to 3D. After inserting it, I will come to this section, click here, I will change it to this. So you can see the way it look like 3D. So when you are presenting your report and probably they project your system, and then you stay on this while you are introducing yourself. My name is this, I'm a data analyst, and this afternoon, this morning, I am going to walk us through the report, the insights that I've been able to generate from the given data, and the recommendations and the observation. So while you are giving this explanation, this introductory aspect, you stay on this. They will stay on this. Then you now instruct the person helping you to navigate. Okay, so to start with, let's look at the data set that enable me to bring out this report. So you now click on the button that you must have, attached or connected to your data. So you take them to the data, explain everything about the data. Now you now come back to your dashboard and tell them, okay, now I want to show you the reports or the what, the insights that I have derived from the data. You click on the button connecting you to what, to the report sheet. So as you are communicating, the button will be helping you to move from one sheet to another. That is the essence of what we are doing. So now let's label this. So I can just click on the middle one. Just click, it will switch back to cursor, and then you type what? Let's say what? Navigation. Sorry. Navigation. Dash. So they will know what is this for. Then you click on the next one. So I can just put that report. Report 1. So if I have report 2, I'll keep putting them. So let's say we have an intention of getting what? Report 2. And then I can keep here maybe our data, and then keep here maybe another report 3. All right. So you either connect the button like this, or you depend on the icon you must have downloaded, or you can even use both. So now that we have achieved this, let's quickly look at the connection, because that is the last thing. How do we now link this button to their respective what sheet? So what I want to teach you now is applicable to both Word, both PowerPoint and Excel. So you can actually link your your PowerPoint slide. You can also link your Microsoft Word document, and then you can also link in Excel. You want to say anything? I notice you unmuted.
No, for now.
Okay. So now let's quickly look at the last aspect. The last aspect is, how do we now connect this button? So I'll start with this one because I want to connect it to the data. So from this navigation dashboard, I want to be able to click on this button, and then it takes me to what? Data straight away. So I will right click on that shape and then select what? Link. Now it will bring out a dialog box. So this dialog box, at first, it will open on existing file or web page. You will now change it to what? Place in this document. The moment you switch to this, you will see the name of all your sheets. So if you have added 1 million sheets, all their names will be here, so that you can choose which one this icon is connecting to. So I will choose that, okay, this icon connect to data, and then I will click OK. Then I will press Ctrl S. So now let's check it. So let me step out. The next time you hover on that shape, you are going to get the what? The hypertext mark or shape. Look at it. Can you see the hand? But if I'm here, so it's as if you are on a website. you are browsing from one page to another. But if you click here, it's not showing that hand symbol because you have not linked it. So if I click here now, you can see that automatically. So it brings me to what? To this sheet. Now, from this sheet, you need to also establish a button that when you are done accessing what we have here, that you can click, that can take you back to the home, which is the navigation dashboard, so that you can from there navigate to another. So from here, I will now go to insert and bring in that home shape. So that home shape will be in all the sheets. So let's go to where we have it. I'll bring it here. Make sure that you put it somewhere where it will not distract your other activity. Put it somewhere. So let's say I'm putting it here. So I will also right click the same way I link, select link, and then I'm already here. I'll say take us back to navigation what? Dashboard. Then I Control S, then click outside, click on it, and then it brings us back here. I hope that is understood, ma.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let's connect more. So let's connect this to our report. So I'll right click again, select what? Link. I'm already here. I'm here, so I have to come down here and then I choose report one and then click, then Control S, click outside, check back whether you have it linked. Perfect. So you are here. So from here, like I said, you do the same thing. You insert that home icon to enable us connect back to our dashboard. So it's very important for each of the sheets. You should have this home linking us back to our dashboard. So once I've connected the other one, then we will stop there and then you go and implement it as your assignment. So because of time, we may not be able to start the analysis, but at least we have been able to create the navigation dash. So the next class, we will now start performing our analysis in the respective sheet. So let me connect one of these buttons so that you know how to connect this button. So this is going to be connected to home. So if by any mistake they click on this will connect them to the home page, which is where they are now, where we are now. So let's say I'm going to link this one to the report also. You click on the shape. Look at the way I selected it now. It's different from this. This means I want to type, and my emphasis is on the text. But if I select this shape like this from here, and I'm seeing this kind of selection, it means I am referring to what? To the object, not the writer. So that is the selection you should be when you want to link. So once you have it selected like this, you can now what? Right click, follow the same step, and then I'm connecting this to report 2. So a sheet we are here to create. So we don't have it yet. So what I will have done is to quickly create it. Let's create it. Report 2. Right, so we can now go back there. So let me right click again, select link, and then I have report 2 here. Then I click outside, Control S, then you go back, you see that what you have it. Then you also add your home icon here. You also add your home icon. So any question, because this is where I want to stop. This is where I want to stop. So your assignment is to go and do the same. Get your navigation dashboard ready and then create some sheet, just exactly what I did. Take us back to navbar. Please kindly unmute and communicate back. Are we good?
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. We are good.
Okay, so see you on Saturday.
Okay, sir. All right. Thank you, sir.
Have a nice and blessed week.
Thank you, sir. You too.